I wasn't pointing fingers. I wasn't worried about anybody else.
Yeah, no one else has to worry.
You got a packet of them, Where is it you work at?
What we call this one. Where Bobby is.
Okay, yeah.
I have 12. You ready, Mark?
Yep.
Let's call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Genslinger,
Here.
Adlet,
Here.
Gurza,
Here.
Osterloo,
Here.
Schmitz, Schurz,
Here.
Sonny,
Here.
Osher. We have a quorum.
Are there any conflicts of interest to declare?
I'll abstain from 7.
Jacob, 7. Anybody else? Okay, moving on. We have an agenda in front of us. We just need to approve it.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moving second that we approve the agenda in front of us. Any further discussion? In the audience? All in favor say aye. All opposed nay. Motion carried. We have meeting minutes from the previous meeting. Are there any corrections to make? Hearing none, we're ready for a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moving seconded that we approve the minutes as in the packet. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. Motion carried. Next meeting then would be April 28th.
Set the date. Second.
Moving second that we set the date for April 28th. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. Motion carried. First item on the agenda is conditional use permit for Jensen Capital and Development LLC. They've applied for a conditional use permit for multifamily dwellings located at the southeast corner of Urbana Drive and East Spruce Street. Legal descriptions listed here. The said real property is zoned HB Highway Oriented Business District. Mark.
Notices were sent out to the neighbors, published in the paper, signs posted. There were no responses in paper or post to this. This may look familiar to you. Back in October of '23, this was rezoned from urban development to highway business for the purpose of doing this multifamily dwelling. And he's given us kind of a site layout of how we'd like to do it. It's 10 dwelling units there. It meets all the setbacks that are required for highway business. Answer any questions you have. Applicant is also here to answer any questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jeremy Jensen, owner of the property. This is going to be that similar floor plan we've ran in the past, those townhome units. 10 units, 2 bed, 2 bath with garages, and then we would just have a private driveway entering off of Spruce.
Okay. Any other questions for Jeremy?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve the conditional use permit as presented in the agenda. Is there any further discussion on that item? Hearing none, we're ready to vote then. Roll call? Yes, let's do roll call. We have one abstention.
Havlet,
Yes.
Gurza,
Yes.
Osterloo,
Yes.
Schurz,
Yes.
Sonny,
Abstain.
Genslinger.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, next item on the agenda is a variance permit for Doug Gerke. Doug and Heidi have applied for a variance permit for an attached accessory building of 4,600 square feet versus 2,000 square feet located at 304 North Matty Street. Legal descriptions listed. Said real property is zoned R4 high density residential. Mark.
Notices are sent out to the neighbors, published in the paper, signs posted. We did get 2 responses in favor from the neighbors. I didn't print them off because they didn't have any comments with them, but they were in favor of it. Applicant would like to, he did get a building permit for a 3,000 square foot garage. Had some confusion as to what was zoned out there, urban development or R4, so that's where he got the building permit to begin with. Now he's coming in for 1,600 to add on before he's even got the whole thing done yet, but now's the time to do it if you're gonna do it, I suppose. For a total of 4,600, so we're running it all together as the 46 versus the 3,000. Applicants here, if you have any questions, I can answer any of the applicants.
Any idea what the neighboring properties are at for square footage?
What do you mean for,
The two houses that are there and the property to the north, are they all oversized as well?
Yeah, they're Darren Long and Devin Long got great.
Long's got a variance for their shed that they have there.
Okay.
I want to say that was 7,000 square feet, or something like that.
They're big.
The other two houses to the south are underneath the 2,000 square foot for the garage.
I guess my question was, are we setting a precedent? And the answer is no, probably. There's a property there to the north.
Yep.
Okay. Does the applicant want to add anything?
I originally wrote it for larger,
You-
I
you
thought it
wrote-
was zone urban development, it was not. But there is no, it's not, the foundation's poured, and that's it.
Okay.
Not even for the shed, it's just for the home. It's set to like I'm wood.
Okay. Any other questions, guys? Hearing none, we're ready for a motion then.
Motion to approve. Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve or recommend for approval of variance permit. Any further discussion on that item? Hearing none, we're ready to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is a recommendation on road vacation. Mitchell School District number 17-2 has petitioned to vacate portion of North Windsor Street located adjacent to and abutting lots B and C of subdivision of Lot 1. The remainder of Lot 1, lots 2, 3, and 4, Block 3, and lots 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Block 4, all in Hammer's addition to the city of Mitchell, Davis County, South Dakota. Mark.
So this would just be a recommendation for or against this. In the packet, you have the GIS view of this area that they'd like to vacate. It would be, the area in red would be vacated. And then after the said vacation, they've also included what they would do with their piece of property there and request to plat it for, which is what the city would require for them to have. There are some utilities in the right of way there, so they would do a 50-foot easement for us for utilities to get through there until they would replat it, and then we would retain again the 50-foot wide easement with the new plat for the portion of North Windsor Street. Someone asked me, what their purpose was for this, and I didn't put it in the packet, but I did find it later. So this is what they would be using it for. Right here is Windsor Street. Obviously, the cul-de-sac could go up a little bit further, but it's for the 3 practice fields for the high school. And this has been out to the public for quite some time for what their intention was in the area. I can answer any questions that you have with this.
And we didn't get any feedback on this?
No, I did send a letter to the neighbors to the south, anybody that was abutting it, just so they're aware. We didn't have to send notice out to them. There's no statutory law that says we have to, but I didn't send it anyway. Didn't get anything back.
Okay. How about the city? Any issues with this? No? Wake up, John.
Joe Schrader, Public Works Director. There is an updated layout, what it looks like next to the cul-de-sac, but it's not a lot different. There will be a detention pond accounting for the extra drainage, and we're currently reviewing that, but we have no issues with the vacation.
All right.
Didn't at one time that they were talking about vacating Capitol Street there? And, because, you know, you're gonna have a lot of kids crossing that street now that the parking is over there and to get to the new school.
There's been discussion about vacating Capitol Street in the past, Capitol Street's a too thorough of a street that.
Well, that's what I
can't see
kinda
it
thought.
happening. Kids are just gonna have to get off their cell phones and pay attention when they're crossing the street.
What?
Yeah, sitting ducks. Well, now that I see the practice field up there, otherwise I was thinking, you know, if that was just gonna be all parking all along there, you know. But now I see this plan. I wish I had that earlier, but yeah, this works out. But no, I thought it was brought up a while back, you know, and it was.
The bulk of the students are gonna be on the west side of the road now, so the crossings during the day should be a lot less, but. We're talking about a cul-de-sac today.
Right.
We're just talking right now about the
Vacation for-
of the road itself, the plat will come if it was vacated
Yep.
at a future date.
Any other questions or comments? Ready for a motion then?
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Moved and second that we recommend road vacation to the city council. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I don't like to vacate roads, but this one here
Makes sense.
makes sense.
All right. I think we're ready to vote then. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is a plat for Ethan Co-op Lumber, plat of Lot 7, Block 6. The rest of the descriptions in the packet.
Yep, they're working through their development, almost done with their lots. This meets their requirement for size lot in this area. It's following along their master plan. Answer any questions that you have for this.
Pretty straightforward. Questions, comments?
Who'd approve?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Did we get who the motion and second was?
Yep.
Okay. Call it. Any further discussion on that? We're ready to vote then. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is a plat of Lot 10, Block 5. Rest of the descriptions in the packet.
Again, this is following along with their master plan. Meets all the required sizes for zoning and setbacks for any area as well. Answer any questions that you have.
Any questions, comments?
Looks like that one's just changing from the master plan a little bit. They're taking a little bit of an adjacent lot.
No, it's, the master plan had it like this as well. It's just when it's because it's, where is it? Lot 2 and Lot 3 of way back in the day when it was platted, that's that line right there.
Right.
is that line.
Okay.
Any other questions? Ready for a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve the plat as presented. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we're ready to vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is a plat for Timothy and Whitney Olinger. This is a plat of Lot 1 of the Olinger addition in the southwest quarter of Section 33, T103 North, R60 west of the 5th Prime Meridian, Davidson County.
This is just outside the city limits, but it is within the ETJ. 256 is right down here to the south, and this would be Vermont Oil. County will hear this at their first meetings in May as well. The applicant owns the 2 existing pieces of ground, but is requesting to have it platted into one so that they can get ag exemption from Department of Equalization. Because it'll be over 25 acres. Answer any questions that you have.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve the plat as presented. Is there any further discussion on this item? Hearing none, we're ready to vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carried. Any other business to come before this board? All right. If you need to address the board on an item that was not on the agenda, excluding personnel items, please come forward to the podium and state your name and your concern. Presentations are limited to 3 minutes. Items will be considered, but no action will be taken at this time. There's no one coming forward, so we are adjourned.